morning stretching and exercising. Figured I'd take you guys through my routine, what I have come up with, what I do every morning. I'm going to make sure I can have chat up there on my iPad so I can see if there's anyone asking any questions or just wanting to talk. Let's get the morning going. I should get some more water. I'm actually kind of thirsty. I'll do that after stretching. Okay. I'm gonna vocalize everything I'm doing. So I start off just with kind of a stretch up for the arms and the torso. Just stretch up as high as I can. Ooh, go back down. And I come back to doing this one again later, but this is just kind of a light one right now. Go. And I immediately go down to the floor. Start doing some cat cows. If you don't know what a cat cow is, actually I can't remember if the cat cow's on the knees or on the feet. But anyways, I'm on my knees right now. I'm just humping my back, arcing my back, and then go the other way. I just go back and forth a few times. I also position my hands upside down in different ways. As you can see while I'm doing these, my wrists are backwards, and I'm bending my fingers backwards too. Might not be able to see from the camera there, but my hands are backwards like that, just to give my wrist an extra stretch. So I kind of go back and forth between arching my back towards the ceiling and then kind of going the other way while stretching my wrists as well. And then I'll flip my wrists the other way as well. So now I'm lying down on my wrists, palms face up. Got a comment from chat. Stay says hi. Good morning, Stay. Just doing some stretching here today. Always good to get the stretching in before the day starts. All right, then after those, I go and just reach for the floor. Try to keep my legs somewhat straight. There we go. And now, I do that same kind of cat cow except on the feet. So now I'm arching, obviously looking out towards the ceiling, pushing my belly towards the floor. Stay says that looks hard. It's hard if you've never done it before, but after you've done it every day for 6 years, it becomes a little less hard. Feels good. And then we go the other way. Whoop! Put the butt up in the air. Yeah, I don't think these ones are called the cat cows. I forget what these are called. It's on the tip of my tongue. I just hold each one of these for a few seconds. Go back to the other one. Do it a few times. Whatever feels right. Pacers from chat says hi. Can you say Scarlet? Scarlet. There, I've done it. All right, that's enough of that one. So then after I do that, I go straight into push-ups. So for the exercise, I do a total of 3 sets of push-ups. The first set's going to be 40, and then there's going to be 2 other sets of 30. I make sure I get at least 100 push-ups in the morning. Broken up over the 3 seconds. So here we go, 40 push-ups. 1, 2, 17, There we go. Something else I do, and I'll kind of count aloud next time, is I count halfway up to the number that I'm trying to achieve, and then I count back down. I've heard from people saying counting backwards helps the mind in a way kind of feel like you have to reach that number, because if you're just counting up, you can go forever. But if you're counting towards zero, you have a goal. So for example, I just did 40 push-ups there. What I did was I counted to 20, and then when I got to 20, I just started counting backwards from there, back to zero. It's kind of the way I like to count when I do my exercises. And after that, do some neck stretches. Pull down on each side, so I'm going to start grabbing my right side of my head, pull it down towards the left, and I take my right arm, reach towards the floor. Try to take some deep breaths during this slower part, since I just got done doing some push-ups. And then go ahead and rotate the neck around. And we go the other side. Grabbing the left side of my head, pulling down towards the floor, towards my right. Reaching with my left arm towards the floor. Gotta feel a nice stretch there. All right, then we spin the other way with our head. Woo! Okay, time for some more push-ups. So we got 30 to go, so I'm gonna count up to 15, then count backwards down from that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Got a few more comments in chat from Rodolph. Says, "You're cute." Thank you. I always try to be extra fab. It's my job here. Got another comment from Michael. Says, "Wook." I don't know what wook means, but wook to you too, good sir. All right, time for some more leg stretches. So this one, kind of bend my legs into an L shape, and then prop myself up and lean forward a bit. Really feeling the stretch here in my thighs, at least my left thigh. Not so much a little bit my right one if I lean into it more. Again, you gotta feel for where you really need that stretch and lean into that part. Then we switch over the sides, just flip over the legs, whoop! Look how seamless that was. And after you get both sides, I like to come here to the middle, put my feet together, grab my feet, and then push. Oh, I don't really push down with my arms so much, but I try to use my leg muscles themselves to push down, get this butterfly down. Then I'll just kind of rock back and forth to have to kind of reflex those muscles every time I rock back and forth. I'm gonna look at chat here. Michael's on a roll with his comments. Got quite the imagination there. I love it. W2F says Doxy. Yeah, kind of with you there. That's all right. This is the internet we're in. It's craziness. All right, I think I'm good with this one. Now we're on to our last set of push-ups. Got another 30 to do. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whoops. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you heard, I got to 20, and then I started counting backwards from there. Sometimes I'll get lost in thought because I'm not really thinking too much about the push-ups in the moment. My mind starts to wander sometimes. Hopefully, I'm not the only one with the wandering mind. Anyways, my mind wanders, and then I want to count backwards. So sometimes I'll just, if I miss the count, the half count, like that time when I got to 15, that was the half count. I should have started counting backwards, but I didn't. I got to 20, and I made the executive decision, let's start counting backwards here, and we did. Sometimes I would just count all the way up to 30. Whew. I know, blasphemous, but that's okay. We work with what we got, and what we got is changing all the time. Okay, so we're good on the push-ups and those front stretches. So now we're moving to the floor on our backs here. Start off with the bridge. Yep, just pushing the butt up towards the ceiling as much as I can right now. Really stretching out some muscles that haven't been utilized too much today. So good to kind of just hang here for a minute. Let all the muscles acclimate. All right, next I'm gonna grab my feet. And I know I don't have the straightest legs, but that's okay. I still feel it every time I do this. I'm getting my legs as straight as I can and just pulling them towards the ceiling. There's always a good stretch behind my legs going on in this one. This one feels great. All right. Sometimes I rock back and forth a little bit. Again, just to kind of re-engage the muscles a little bit. Next one, I don't know what to call this, the baby. I'm grabbing both of my legs here. I'm widening my legs out, and I'm just pulling down now, opening up the pelvis area. Sometimes I'll kick my feet out, kick. Again, sometimes I'll do a little rock back and forth. Woo! I bet this looks silly. That's all right, it feels great. Oh yeah, kick. Now we're feeling good. Woo! Oh yeah. Okay. Next, we're gonna do some bicycle crunches. 100 of them to be exact. Here we go. Should I count them for you? I usually don't count these aloud, but let's see if I can do it. Usually I'm focusing more on my breath, but here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Backwards, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Now I pop back up for the bridge. Let these muscles relax here for a minute. That will get the abs burning. If you are looking for an ab burning exercise, do 100 of those. Just saying. Feels good now. It's gonna wiggle back and forth here for a sec. That's good. All right. Got some comments here from Michael. Did have a dream last night from everything he's saying. Teabag says, well. Clarity Whistler says, low effort workout. Say what you will. Michael says, no workout, just a hippie rolling around on the floor, tripping balls. Okay, let's see. Marbell says, hi. Hello, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. SNBR Love says, you're doing it wrong. Not telling you what to do, but you're doing it wrong. All right, NBR, I don't know what exactly I'm doing wrong, but I'd love to hear any advice you have. So far, I feel like I have a pretty good routine getting all my stretches in, but I'm always open to criticism and any ideas you might have how I can incorporate better into this routine I have. Ted Baggins says, faster, faster, faster. Actually, the slower you go, the harder it is and the more muscle you gain. So faster isn't always better. NBR Love says, well, might not work right if you do it wrong. Well, you have to let me know what it is that you're talking about because I'm still not sure. Okay, we're done with the floor stretches. Now it's all just, it's easy going from here. The most strenuous stuff that I do in my morning routine exercises was the push-ups and the sit-ups. Those were it. Everything else is just stretching at this point. So, you know, I think stretching is super important. Not everyone does, but I'm able to move throughout the world so much easier when I get my stretches in. So, you know, I think it's important. There's one more strenuous one I forgot I do. I do these crunches, or not crunches. I don't know what you would call these. But basically, I keep my feet together and I just come down. Squats, there we go. Squats with feet together, that's what I do. So I do 30 of those. So I count up to 15 and back down. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Whoo! Ted Baggins says, interlock your fingers. Like this, they are interlocked. Woo! All right, time for this next one. For this next one, I get a really wide stance here. As wide as I can comfortably go and still kind of move around. So this is pretty wide for me. Then I bring myself down, keep my arms out, and then I rotate to one side, pull up, back to center, and then do this back and forth on both sides. Now come back to the right, come up, come back to center, come back to right, back down. Really focusing on this twisting motion here. Exhale through the nostrils, says T. Baggins. I will try to do that. Although I've heard exhaling through the mouth works too, but you'll have to let me know what you've heard about exhaling through the nostrils. All right, I'm done with that wide stance, and then I just like to end this off with the last little shoulder / Tai Chi exercise. I think it's always good to send your intentions, whether, I'm not going to say anything about that, sorry. Anyway, good intentions, you pick something you like, send your energy towards it, something that you're deserving of it. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this shoulder / Tai Chi exercise where I start with both hands, one at the top or the bottom. Here, let me start. I'll show you guys how I do this one. So I'll start with my right hand at the top, left hand at the bottom. And they come in the middle, they meet, and they switch sides. Whoop. Now my left hand's at the top. Now I do it again. Whoop. Switch sides. Now my right hand's at the top. Now I'm going to go clockwise from my side. So my right hand's going to go to my right, left hand's going to go to my left until they switch places. And then I repeat that whole pattern going again. Right now my left hand's on top. So now we switch and go whoop to where our right hand's on top, and we do the switcheroo again to where our left hand's up on top. And then we go clockwise, or anti-clockwise. Reverse clockwise, there we go. We're basically just alternating the pattern so our other hand ends up on top, and then we go back counterclockwise or clockwise. And I like to imagine there's a big ball of energy that I'm holding right here, keeping it oh so safe. And then I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to take this big ball of energy and I'm going to give it to someone who I think is really important. I'm going to give it to you guys. Whoa! Take it. It's all yours. And that is pretty much my morning routine exercise. Thank you guys for joining. I don't know if anyone enjoys this kind of thing. If you're interested in joining me for some morning routine exercises, I've also have some fun doing some kickboxing routines and kind of HIIT workouts, more high intensity stuff. But you know what? We'll see what the future holds. That's it for this morning. Thank you guys. Again, let me check on chat before I actually just hang up. A few more comments here. JMHP says, keep a tissue nearby. I know, because what you just saw was just so beautiful. Or for the nostrils. That's probably for the nostrils. If I'm exhaling through the nostrils, probably for the tissue. All right, you guys. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. I'm going to go practice piano actually right now. I'm going to start a different stream. So if you feel like still hanging out with me, I'm going to close this stream because I want this one to be separated from piano. It'd be weird to have like working, exercise, morning, stretching, and piano in the same video. Who would do that? I probably would, but not right now. I'm going to separate out those videos. I'm ending the stream. Look out for me in about 5 minutes or so. I'll be on the piano, jamming some tunes.